Well, good morning, church. Today we find ourselves in Genesis chapter 34, a very raw, dysfunctional chapter. Basically, you have a father, Jacob, who has a daughter, Dinah, who is sexually assaulted violently. And you have a father in Jacob who really doesn't seem to care about what's happened to his daughter, who's allowing a marriage to take place between the perpetrator and his daughter. But you have Jacob's two sons who care a lot about what's happened. And they deceitfully plot to murder the young man and his whole family by thinking that they're going to go through with this marriage. Now, how does that happen? How do all these things happen? How do you have a sexual violation, a father who doesn't seem to care, two murderous sons who are deceitful in their plot? How does this happen? Well, you got to go back a couple of chapters to remember that Jacob was at a place and he laid a stone on the ground to go to sleep. And he has a dream of a ladder going to heaven. And what God basically does is it reminds him of the Abrahamic covenant that through Abraham's seed, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that all the world is going to be blessed. And Jacob says, I will pour oil on this rock, and it will be the place where I will return. But on his way back from Haran, he stops about 15 to 20 miles short. And that's where all of this takes place. Isn't it amazing? This is where God does not want him there. God wants him in a place called Bethel. But he stops in Shechem. And because of the fact that he stopped short of what God wanted him to do, all of this disastrous things happen. Think about that. One decision that stops short of what God wants you to do puts into play everything you read in chapter 34 of Genesis. I want to speak to you dads for a moment. You know, when you spiritually lead your family, and when you know what God wants you to do in doing that, and you just stop short of doing that, if you just stop short of teaching your children to love God and to read their Bibles and to be faithful in church, if you just stop short of loving your wife as Christ loves the church, you know, guys, things don't turn out well. Don't stop short in what God wants you to do, because if you do, it turns into nothing but a disaster. This is a serious chapter. Read it and think about it. God bless you. Have a good day.